Now, you may have noticed it's been rather cold outside. Nothing ages the skin more than extremes of weather, so this is a cruel time for your epidermis. Plus, a recent study found that 3:30 p.m, quarter of an hour gone, on a Wednesday afternoon is the time when a woman's face looks oldest. So that gives you I thought you'd like that. Gives you just 48 hours to do something about it. So, here to help is Surgeon to the Stars, Dr. Dirk Kramer, and Hello Magazine's beauty editor, Nadine Baggott. Good to see you both. Thank you. Welcome. Now, Dirk, we ought to clear... Oh, I didn't know this stool went down when you sat on it. So exciting. Your credentials, I mean, you're a fully qualified
I'm
surgeon.
fully qualified. I did all my medical training in my home city, Munich, Germany, followed by a very intense residency to become a plastic surgeon. Board certified in 2003, followed by almost a year following the best plastic surgeons in Los Angeles in Beverly Hills to learn cosmetic surgery.
So you know the good ones and you know the bad ones.
I definitely know the good and bad ones, sure.
Well, we're talking first of all about facial peels and surgery, but Nadine, the numbers of people going in for surgery now are far greater than they used to be, aren't they?
Well, it's interesting because they've released some figures today that says that despite the double-dip recession, the growth is in double figures, which is incredible. Just to give you some figures, so roughly 1.5 million cosmetic procedures in the UK last year, and that's 150,000 cases of cosmetic surgery. It's a £2.3 billion business, so it is recession-busting. Women and men want to look good.
Quite. Well, if we're talking this thing called, which sounds dreadful to me, sounds like taking it off, it's called facial peels. Now, chemical peels, we're going to start with the sort of most serious and dramatic facial peels, and with both the things we're talking about today, we're going to start at the, we might call the deep end, and come out and finishing up on just sort of creams and stuff. But the most dramatic facial peel involves what?
Probably the most dramatic one is the TCA peel, trichloroacetate.
Avoid swivelling on your chair, it's very tempting.
It's trichloroacetate acid, TCA, and it's a mid to almost deep peel, which should be only applied by plastic surgeons or dermatologists.
So this is the kind of results you can get from it. But you're saying, so do you see this being offered as something you can do yourself at home?
Unfortunately, it can be purchased online in the internet.
So you're saying unfortunately?
Unfortunately, because it is very, very risky to do that by yourself. And I just warn the audience, the viewers at home, never do it, because you can cause severe scarring and depigmentation, which you have to live with it for the rest of your life.
We're talking here, ladies and gentlemen, Phantom of the Opera, if you try it yourself. Exactly. Don't do it. Right, so serious. That's the most serious. So that's for a surgeon. Coming down from that, the next one, I've got something here which is, what's the next one called?
It's called the mandelic acid. Basically, it's a peel that you can have with an acid, but you have it in a salon with a nurse or a therapist doing it for you. And can I introduce you to the lovely Debbie, who had it backstage earlier on?
Oh, right.
Let's go over and have a look.
Debbie?
Let me sneak around behind you.
That way.
So this is Debbie.
Debbie, does your face still move?
Just about, yes.
Just about, right. So tell us what you did.
So basically, we've got a little video of Debbie earlier on.
Yeah.
She had a deep cleansing on her face, if you can see it here now. So there's our skin laser specialist therapist. She deep cleansed the face. You measure out the acid, which is a much weaker version of an acid. It's like a fruit acid.
Yes.
You apply it to the skin. You can see Debbie's skin's gone a little bit red there. That's quite normal. It tingles, it feels warm, it's taking off the dead layers of the skin. Then you cleanse it off, and you give your skin about 24 hours to recover. This is what you'd have, for example, before a red carpet or a wedding or a big party.
And can I just... Oh, it's ever so smooth. Does it feel good inside?
It really does, yes.
Yeah.
It's much smoother now, and I'm hoping it's going to continue, actually, within the next few days to get better.
And what would it cost to have a facial?
So this is £180. From £180, it costs more if you're in a big city or in London, and you'll have to have between 4 and 8, depending on the severity of your lines or your wrinkles or your scarring. Or... No, every 2 weeks apart, so it can add up to a lot of money.
Oh, that's an awful lot of money. But you know, keep saving, because it does look good. So if I just go back, what would the TCA, what would that have cost you?
The TCA peel would be around £700.
for a one-off, and how long would that last?
It's up to 6 months. Unfortunately, it has to be repeated. It's not such a long-lasting...
But there's not much difference in cost then when you look at them. In fact, it's probably cheaper.
No, but a TCA pill would have a lot of downtime. You'd have a week or two off work to fully recover. So it's about grading how severe you want your pill to be, because there are at-home products we've got here, which are happy to use. You can use them in the safety of your bathroom once a week while you're having a bath. So, for example, we've got 3 here. We've got the Sanctuary 30-day glycolic pill, $22.50, but that would last you for a good 6 months.
Yeah.
We've got Bliss, that's Incredipeel pads, which are really clever little impregnated pads with glycolic acid in for £39. And we've got the Ulla Henriksen Micro Mini Peel, £45. Again, they're multiple-use products. What's interesting about all 3 of those is they were developed by spas, which is where you get the more serious skincare.
Right. Now, while many of us are concerned with facial wrinkles and bags, others worry about their necks, including 80 viewer Carol Webber. Carol, you're very welcome. Lovely to see you. Have a seat. So, your neck worries you. Tell us the story of this.
Yes, I'm 60 this year, and 2.5 years ago I was diagnosed...
So, 60 this year, yeah.
2.5 years ago I was diagnosed with a brain tumour, which was being successfully removed. However, it did start me thinking about new things I'd like to do and things I might like to change. So I've always been a little concerned about neck and jowls, which I think is a little hereditary. My mother has similar features.
Yeah, right, so you know it's going and it's going to go the way of your mum. Oh.
Probably.
I saw a mirror in the shop on holiday once. It said, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, I am my mother after all." Would you go and explain what could be done here? We're going to, again, start from the most serious, which is surgery, obviously.
Actually, the thing is, she wants to turn back time.
Yeah.
And the best way to do it, the best result is definitely with surgery. It would be a neck lift and a lower face lift. And most important for me is that we not just turn back time like 10, 15 years, you look younger. Most important is that she keeps the facial characteristics.
Yeah.
She wants to come home and her husband says, it's you and not a changed person. So this happens very often when surgeons pull the fat in the skin to the side, which is completely wrong, and she ends up like that, which is not flattering at all. You don't want that. And when we analyze why she has these jowls and kind of deep nasal lobby folds, kind of sunken in cheeks, that's why gravity pulled the all life fat down. So it just makes sense to reposition fat. Fat shouldn't be here, it should be here. So we reposition the fat, and after that we also straighten the skin.
And in terms of being sort of out of circulation, as it were, how long before Carol would fully recover?
Honestly, after 2 weeks, she can look very, very good.
2 weeks, very, very good. And how much would it cost?
It's between £6,000 and £8,500.
So you know, it's a lot of money, Carl. Let's give you the other options, Dirk, if you want to see it again. The other options, Nadine, are...
Well, there are such things as radio face waves, which is basically... So this is the Sublime. It's a radio wave which heats up. It uses this head here to send
work this on
energy into the skin, where it heats and it shrinks the collagen and it lifts the skin back up. And Dr. Dirk was saying roughly 50%, if you're lucky, of the reaction you'd get from a facelift. This is £250. You would need 4 of them about a week apart, so it's about £1,000. It's considerably cheaper.
Much cheaper, right? And then if we're down to the creams...
Finally, let's talk about serums. Earlier on, I let you try a serum here. I've got 3 serums that, as you put them on, they actually tighten as you dry. Try that one on the back of your hand.
This is the back of a wrinkled gardener's hand.
Serum Repair, £69. The Murad Age Diffusing Serum, £64. And the Caudalie Expert Firming Serum, £39. As you put it on, and you've put it on slightly thick there, but let me put it on there and put it under my neck here, which is where you need it. What it does is it tightens as it dries. The effect is temporary, but it hydrates and it tightens and lifts the skin.
And how much will that cost?
That one is £69, considerably cheaper.
And which one would you go for very quickly out of the 3, do you think?
I think I'd like to try the machine first, and that would be lovely just for the evenings out.
OK, well, keep our fingers crossed. The back of my hand is now incredibly smooth, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone at home is considering surgery or other treatments, please make sure you see your GP or seek appropriate advice and visit a reputable and fully qualified practitioner. Ask to to see examples of his or her work. You know, they were building you an extension, you want to see what it looked like. And if you'd like to have a live consultation with Dr. Dirk, please email us at alan@itv.com, making sure you send a photo and contact details. My thanks to Nadine Baggett, Dr. Dirk, Deborah and Carol. Thank you all very much indeed.